my name is HAPruitt and I'm the author of Anelthalien, and in this video I'm going to review a book, not Anelthalien, another book. And I want to tell you that reviews are so very important. For readers, they help readers know if the book is a book they want to read, and for writers, reviews are important because it helps them know what readers think of their books, and also it helps their books move up in the rankings. Like, for example, on Amazon, if a book has 50 reviews, it's going to show up in other books that are like it, are in its same genre, instead of just not showing up at all. And so it's very helpful to just get the word out about the book for an author to do a review. And so in this video, I'm not going to review Anelthalien. I am going to review The Awakened by Dr. Richard Spillman. And I have this book on my Kindle, so I hope you can see the cover. If you can't, it's The Awakened by Dr. Richard Spillman. And so I saw this book on Instagram. When I first got on Instagram, I saw this book. And the cover doesn't do the book justice. When I started seeing the reviews and what people said about it, everything the reviews said is in the book. It's really a great book. I give this book 5 stars. That doesn't happen often. I give this book 5 stars. It was really something incredibly special. So first, the book is about the awakened people. These people have been brought back to life by Jesus, and they are working against the UDs, or the undead. They are bodies that have been, dead bodies that have been occupied by demons, I think. And the awakened and the UDs are both after this secret that is in a journal, because it's the key to helping both groups either help mankind or cause mankind's downfall. And so this book is suspenseful, it's a thriller, it's very spiritually deep, and I want to talk about all the reasons why I liked it, because the only reason, not the only reason, the only thing that I think the book could be better is the cover. I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's the only thing that I think this should really be different. And so the things that I really loved about the book, it's got all these layers. On the top layer, the surface layer, you've got this really great story, this really suspenseful story that is so well researched. Like, there were things in it, I'm like, is this a real building? And I researched it, and I could look at it on my phone and be like, oh wow, this is real. And it's like, it feels really real because it's so well researched. And it's just very enjoyable. It's set in modern times, and so there's times you're reading the book and you're like, is this really going on around me? Is that person in UD? Is that person in Awakened? And you just like get caught up in it. It's very, very good. The story is exciting. It makes you want to keep reading. I know the last couple chapters I couldn't stop reading. I had to keep reading. It's the kind of book that makes you stay up just a little bit too late because you can't stop reading it. So that surface level is just a great story. Everything you want out of a story. A little bit deeper in the book, The Awakened, is the characters. The characters they feel real, they're well developed, they feel real, and they're relatable. There's quite a few different main characters, but they don't get mixed up like you might think a book might with a bunch of main characters. But the book doesn't get messed up. Each character is distinct, and each character has their own unique personality and own unique difficulties and struggles and lessons they're learning in the book. And so you can relate in a lot of different ways to a lot of different characters, and it's just very relatable. And as they move through their struggles, like Ricky with her forgiveness from her past, as you move through that with her, you learn about forgiveness, and you learn about just these human things that all people deal with. And so that's really great. The characters are really great. And then the next level of deepness that you have these flawlessly interwoven messages about spiritual issues like forgiveness, like being made in God's image, lies and fear. And Spillman does such an incredible job. I read the reviews and they're like, it teaches about God without being preachy. And I mean, that's exactly it. A lot of books, like, it's forced in the message about God, or it feels like, oh, they're beating me over the head, they're teaching me now, but like, it just is so seamlessly interwoven into these people's lives. The Awakened, they're like real people. They're not like, oh, stiff Christians who, you know, like, they're real people, and one girl likes Wizard of the Oz and she likes to sing songs from there, and you're like, that's so great to this other Christian person, you know, is just a person, and you like that. And then you learn as they go through their struggles. It's just, you learn about spiritual issues that are deep, and I mean, it's just incredible how he does it. I don't have words to explain. It's just really amazing how it helps you develop as a person when you read this book. It's really great. It's really great. And then the deepest level of this book is you get to better know God's heart. How Spillman wrote about Jesus in this book, I mean, like, it's like he was there with Jesus. It's like he talked to Jesus. Just kind of the spiritual insights and the thoughts he's had about what if Jesus felt like this? What if Jesus said this? It's just amazing. It's just really amazing how it shows you the depths of God's heart. Man, I cried like 5 times while reading this book. There's just things in this book that just show you God's heart, and you love God more because of it, and you understand God more. It's like the Bible. If you read the Bible and sometimes it's a little hard to understand, you see it in black and white, this book will help you see it in color, and it just becomes more bright and more vibrant, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. My favorite part in the whole book was under the red oak. And so that's what I want to say about the cover too. Like, when I read that, I was like, oh, that's what needs to be on the cover. This big red oak tree in this garden of these little cherry trees. Because that scene just epitomizes what the Awakens are all about, what the book is all about. And that scene that happens in that little cherry tree garden, when that character talks about Jesus, I mean, that just, like, I don't have words for what that did in my heart. Like, that was amazing. That was seriously amazing. So I think, if you're watching Dr. Spillman, I think that maybe if you decide to redo the cover, it'd be really cool to see the red oak in that garden, and like, I like the font you use, so keep the font. But I think that would be a really cool cover. So yeah. And that's, oh, my Kindle decided it was done with me. Okay, so that's all the positive things I wanted to say about The Awakened by Dr. Richard Spillman. It is such a good book. Like, if you don't know Jesus, you should read it. If you don't like Jesus, you should read it. If you love Jesus, you should read it. I recommend this book to anybody and everybody. I think people who don't like to read would like this book. I think this book should be made into a TV series. It's so wonderfully good, so other people will see it. This is a really good book, and I give it 5 stars because I recommend it to everybody, and I think everybody potentially could really like this book. And I'm super excited to read the second one because it ended, and I literally was like, ah, no! So yeah, The Awakened is the first book by Dr. Richard Spillman. So here's his information. You can find The Awakened on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, and audiobook forms. The Awakened is part of the Lazarus Chronicles. The Awakened is book 1. The Ascension is book 2. And I think Mr. Spillman is working on book 3 right now. You can follow Dr. Richard Spillman on Instagram, on Facebook. You can go to his website. You can follow him on BookBub, Goodreads, and Amazon. So if you read The Awakened by Dr. Richard Spillman, or if you read Anelthalien, or if you read any book, please review books and just tell the author what you think about their book. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hi, if you want to know more about Anelthalien, please follow me on Instagram, check out my Facebook page, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or visit my website at HAPruitt.com. Thanks for watching!